Hello class 7 students, welcome everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about silk. We have completed wool. We have completed the production of wool also, right? So let's begin from silk today. Silk is a fine, strong, right, soft and shining fiber Silk is a fine, strong, soft and shining fiber. Okay, and this silk is produced by silkworms. Silk is produced by silkworms in making their cocoons. Silkworm produces silk, right? And silk is an animal fiber. Okay, silk is an animal fiber. Silk fiber is made from or made of protein. Silk fiber is itself made from or made of protein. Okay, and it is the strongest natural fiber. Okay, right. Then sericulture. You have to understand about the word sericulture. That sericulture is the rearing of silkworms. Okay, sericulture is the rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk, and the sericulture means actually silk farming. Silk farming is meant by the word sericulture. Sericulture means silk farming. Okay. So before we go further and describe the process of silk, how the silk is obtained, okay, first of all we have to know the life history of silk moth. We have to know. Okay, life history of silk moth. See, silk moth, first of all, is a kind of insect which resembles a butterfly. Okay, these are the adult silk moth, male butterfly, female butterfly, adult silk moths, right? And this is the silkworm, right? So first of all egg is developed. From the egg the silkworm is formed, that is caterpillar, or say we can say it as larva also. Larva or caterpillar, both are referred to as silkworms. Okay, then the silkworm develops to form pupa. In details we'll go to study these things. Okay, after pupa, lastly adult silk moth is formed. Okay, first of all, what is it? Egg. Then from the egg, larva or caterpillar is developed, or silkworm is developed. Okay, then comes your pupa, and lastly the silk moth, the adult version. Okay, so silk moth is a kind of insect which resembles a butterfly. And this life history of silk moth is very interesting because silk moth is not formed as such from the eggs directly. Okay, silk moth passes through a worm-like stage which is called as larva. Silk moth passes through a worm-like stage. Which is called as larva or caterpillar, Okay, silk moth passes through a worm-like stage called larva or caterpillar, which is also called silkworm, Okay, both larva, caterpillar or silkworm resembles the same meaning. Okay, and then an encased will be formed, a covering will be formed, that is called as pupa. That is called as what? Pupa. During its development, between the hatching of egg and the formation of adult silk moth, an encased will be formed, that is pupa. Okay, clear? So let's study from the very beginning how the silk moth is formed from the egg. Okay, so first of all, the female silk moth lays eggs from which hatch larvae, which is called caterpillars or silkworms. Okay, the female silk moth lays eggs on the leaves of a tree such as mulberry tree. Then what happens? The eggs hatch to form worm like larvae. The eggs hatch to form worm like larvae, and the larvae of silk moth are called caterpillars or silkworms. Okay, larvae of silk moth are called caterpillars or silkworms. Okay, and then after that what happens? The silkworms feed on the leaves of mulberry tree and they grow bigger in size. Okay, they grow in size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history called pupa, it first weaves a net to hold itself. Okay, what is written? That the eggs hatch to form worm like larvae. The larvae of silk moth are called caterpillars or silkworms. Then the silkworms feed on the leaves of mulberry tree and they grow bigger in size. Okay, they grow bigger in size. Then after that what happens? When the silkworm or caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its development, which is called as pupa, it will first weaves a net. To hold itself on their body. Okay, it will first weaves a net to hold itself on their within themselves only. Okay, in their body. Then it swings its head. It will swings its head from side to side in the form of figure of 8, like this. In the form of figure of 8, they will swing its head. They will swing their head. Okay, they will swing their head like this. They will swing their head in the form of figure of 8. Okay, they grow in size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history called pupa, it first weaves a net to hold itself. Then it swings its head from side to side in the form of the figure of 8. Okay, after that, during these movements of head in the form of figure of 8, they will move their head like this. They will move their head like this in the form of figure of 8. Okay, so during these movements of their head in the form of 8 figure, the silkworm secretes silk in liquid form. Okay, the silkworm secretes silk in liquid form through the tiny opening in its head. There are tiny opening in its head, so from there only the silkworm secretes silk in the liquid form. Okay, which will solidifies on exposure to air. When it will come out from their head, when the silk in the liquid form will come out from their head, on exposure with the air, it will solidify. Okay, it will be of solid form. Then it becomes a silk fiber. Okay, the liquid silk which is secreted by the silkworm from their head, okay, it is of the liquid form. Then when the liquid silk will come out in the air, it will get solidified. Okay, it will be of solid form then. Okay, then that solid form of silk becomes silk fiber. It becomes silk fiber. Okay, so what is written here? During these movements of the head, the caterpillar secretes fiber. The caterpillar secretes fiber made of proteins. That fiber is made of what? Proteins. Okay, which hardens, which solidifies on exposure to air, and it will become silk fiber. It will become what? Silk fiber. Okay. Soon the silkworm or caterpillar covers itself completely by the silk fibers. They will cover themselves. I told already that they will cover themselves. The caterpillar will cover themselves by the whole silk fiber within their body. Okay, it will get covered by themselves only. By the secretion of their own silk fiber, they will cover themselves. Okay, soon the silkworm covers itself completely by their own silk fibers, which is secreted from their head. Okay, and the silky covering spun by the silkworm of silk moth is actually called as cocoon. It is actually called as what? Cocoon. Okay, soon the caterpillar covers itself by silk fibers and turns into pupa, and that stage is only called as what? This is the stage which is called as pupa. What is pupa? Pupa is the stage. Pupa is the stage of the development of a silkworm, when they will cover themselves with their own secretion of silk fiber. Okay, so this stage is only called as what? Pupa. So this covering, that covering of silkworm by their own secretion of silk fiber, is called as cocoon. That covering is called as cocoon. Okay, that covering is called as what? Cocoon. And this cocoon is made up of what? Proteins. Cocoon is made up of proteins. Okay, cocoon is made by silkworm to protect its development as pupa, and further development of the pupa into silk moth continues inside that cocoon only. Right, further development of the pupa into silk moth continues inside the cocoon. Okay, further development means when the pupa develops fully, okay, which is encased in cocoon, when it is developed fully to form the adult silk moth, then the cocoon splits up. The cocoon will split up. Okay, the cocoon will split up. It will get split up. It will get broken. Right, it will get broken like this. It will get broken like this. Here the silk moth is there. It will get broken like this. Okay, then what will happen? Silk moth comes out from it. A silk moth will come out from the cocoon. Okay, right. So in this way, the life history of silk moth is completed. Okay. So this is the life history of silk moth. Next is see, silk fibers. Silk fibers are used for weaving silk cloth. Okay, then a silk yarn, a soft silk yarn, is as strong as a comparable thread of steel, which I told you already, that silk is the strongest natural fiber. Okay, silk is the strongest natural fiber. So the soft looking silk yarn is as strong as a comparable thread of steel. Right. Now there is a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another. and the silk produced by the silkworms of different varieties of silk moths is different in texture. They are different in texture. The silk produced by the silkworms of different varieties of silk moth is different in texture. Okay, in different, they will be different in roughness, they will be different in smoothness, there will be difference in shininess also. Okay, so the varieties of silk are, say, mulberry silk. Here the varieties of silk are mulberry silk, then tesser silk, then say muga silk, okay, kosa silk, etc. Right. So these silks are obtained from the cocoons spun by the silkworms of different types of silk moths. Right. And the most common silk moth is what? It is the mulberry silk moth. Mulberry silk moth is the most common silk moth. Okay, and the silk obtained from the cocoons of mulberry silk moth is called mulberry silk. Mulberry silk is soft, lustrous, that is shiny, they are elastic, and they can be dyed in beautiful colors. Okay, so the most common variety of silk is what? Mulberry silk. Okay, it will be remembered. Okay. Right. So what is sericulture? As mentioned, that sericulture is the rearing of silkworms for producing or for obtaining silk. Okay, and sericulture also means what? Silk farming. Simply sericulture means silk farming. Okay, right. And sericulture is a very old occupation in India. Okay, India produces a lot of silk on commercial scale. Right. Sericulture or culture of silkworms is a very old occupation in India. India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. Okay, clear? So yes, so this is all about the life history of silk moth. Right. In the next video we'll study about the production of silk, from cocoon to silk, that is the production of silk we'll study. Right. So yes, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.